Good morning, boss.
Good morning. Why did you bring me out in this cold, wet rain?
Rain. It's raining?
It's raining. It's been raining.
It's been raining for a week, probably. And it's not supposed to stop until Sunday.
We got a little bit of sun yesterday, did a couple
hours.
errands, met with a client, and then the skies opened up again.
Yes, so we've had so far in 52 days of the year, first 52 days, I think we're at 11 inches now, with another probably 2 inches before
We're not going to complain, though, because I know that there's a bunch of us dealing with this, or snow, or not getting snow when you guys really needed it. So, let's just be happy.
Yeah. So, boss, for my bonus, I'm thinking that maybe you'll come out here and clean my garage for me.
Oh, no. You have to clean your garage so that you can earn a paycheck because we haven't worked. So
Look at this mess, guys. It is a disaster. A disaster. If we still haven't finished the chicken coop,
no.
I'm sorry. I'll get it done sooner or later. So I'm going to clean the garage up, and then hopefully I can do an oil change and a review on this mower. It's about that time almost for people to be buying new mowers. If they're interested in the Ferris FW35 walk behind.
This is from Kentucky.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Which the boss hasn't booked our KOA, and we can't stay there now, probably.
I don't know. I'm going to have to call. The last time I checked, there was no more cabins. Did you guys book all of our cabins?
Yeah, sucks. So now we got to find somewhere else.
Yeah, so I don't know what we're going to do yet, but we'll go. We just don't know where we're going to be staying yet, or if we're even going to be taking. So, and then I am actually working, as Carl's going to be working in the garage and doing that, I am working on a new program. So we told you guys that we got our LLC, and now we are trying to work with our CPA to get everything set for us to hire.
So I can get a paycheck.
Yeah, so we will start paying ourselves, and then we will
Do a
also
video
be
on
hiring. Yeah, and then at that point, when I get everything done and complete, we will do a video on our journey through becoming LLC and you know,
from a DBA sole proprietor.
Going from a DBA sole proprietor to an LLC, and hopefully hiring employees.
So we'll see how that goes, guys.
Yeah.
So just watch the rest of the video for the review.
All right.
Boss, this is why we can't work.
Look at you guys.
That's not a lake.
It's not supposed to be a lake.
Look
Well,
at this
this
side.
is supposed to be a river, but
And that's the sod farm over here.
yeah. Oh my gosh.
Now it's definitely a lake. You can probably go fishing in it. That's why we haven't been able to work.
Wow, that's crazy. So
Wow,
how
it's
many
all
inches
the
of
way
rain?
out there,
Yeah. This is the most I've
Well,
ever seen it flood. Look. Oh my gosh, it's all the way back.
Hey guys, as you can see, it's dark out. Earlier you seen we had all the rain, and you seen some of the flooding that when we had to go out to the dump, you seen some of the flooding we had. Today we haven't been able to work in like 5 days. It stinks because we're getting calls for estimates, and we have to do all them. And then start fertilizing soon, so we'll show you guys that when we go to do it. But this video is going to be on a review on the FW35 walk behind from Ferris. So as you can see, this is the Kawasaki FX 651V. It has 20.5 horsepower, and that's one of the bonuses I like with this mower, is that it has 20.5 horsepower. Some of the other walk behinds are a little bit lower horsepower. I'd rather have the higher horsepower with the smaller deck, the 48 with the higher horsepower. It has a trimmer trap chute blocker on it, which I like a lot. It keeps me from shooting stuff in the beds. You definitely want to have one of these on it. So what else is about this? So I'll show you real quick where to change the the air filter. So if you guys want to know, you change the air filter right here. It's got 2 filters in it. Let's see, hopefully this isn't dirty in there, but so you have this filter right here, and I think I need to get a new one before we start. And then you have the inner filter right here. So these were replaced at the beginning of last season. So And then if you ever blow your filters out, blow them that way. Don't ever blow them out blowing the air. Don't ever blow them out where the air is blowing across in. Blow them out through the hole there. I do that every once in a while, especially when you're mowing leaves. So let's put this, and they're very easy to come out and clamp back in. So there's no excuse not to blow them out a lot. It's like a 2-second job, especially if you want your mowers to last a while. What else about this mower? Right here, if you can see, that's the height adjustment. Anytime you guys go by, when you get a new mower, measure your blades. Make them so the blades are facing parallel. So you want your blades to be facing parallel like this, and then measure them, and then make sure they're the same height as this. You can't sometimes go by the numbers. Different mowers are different. It is the inward facing handles, hydraulics. You have your brake here that puts your brake on. What else about it? Try to give you guys as much info as possible. It's got a 5-gallon gas tank, I believe. So, and I keep this thing in pretty good shape. And here's everything else. There's all your electrical. I pressure wash it often, so I haven't ever had a problem with it getting wet and having any issues. Here's your PTO, the yellow button. You pull that up. What else? Oh, here's how many hours. We have 746, so I was a little bit off. So here's your choke right here. To start this machine, you pull the choke up. You make sure your brake's back. Make sure your brake's on. And you turn. Probably loud. That's how you start it, guys. It's very simple. These fittings. You have one here, one here, one here. You have 3 on your deck. You have one on each spindle, one there, one in the middle, and one on the other side. And then you have one on this caster wheel and one on that caster wheel. So then you have some of your grease fittings are. You have one right there, and you have one right there. And I can find it. Let me get the light under here. So you do have one more grease fitting right there. See where the bungee is tied? Where's it at? Right there. And I didn't know I had one there, and it was so hard to grease it when I finally figured it out. So sorry about having to put that light up and down. So like I said, what I like about it is it's the 20.5 horsepower Kawasaki. What else? I like that you can adjust the deck really easy by, don't want to move too fast for you guys. The deck is very easily adjusted by turning this handle. Now the knob that came with it and the bolt, I lost it the very first few weeks. They need to do something better with that. They might have with the newer ones. I don't know. This is going on the 4th season. And all the black things to help undo these, they all popped off fairly simple. So that was a negative about it. The only issues I've had with this mower are this. It cracked right here, but it was still under warranty. And here's your fuel filter, guys. If you're changing your fuel filter on this, you pinch these clamp off and you take the fuel filter off and replace it. Very easy. Oil change on this. Very, very simple. Changing your oil on this right here. I usually open it, drain it into a bottle, and then you have your oil filter. Turn it off, hand tighten it. When you go to put it back on, it's best to put a rag under here when you are changing the oil. That way it doesn't get all over your deck and everything. And one of the reasons why I try to keep the mower so clean, guys, I know a lot of people say, oh, you don't have to wash them that much, is I want to be able to know if there's any oil or anything leaking on the mowers. It's just I just like to have them clean. So here's where the hydraulic fluid should be cold. From the looks of this, I'm low. It should be up to here, so I will top that off. It's been sitting. We haven't used it in a while. So this is the oil filter. It's a PN 49065-7007. And it is the short oil filter. I had one person, they sold me long ones, short ones. My dealer recommended that I use the short one because it's the FX Kawasaki. I guess if it's the FS, you use the longer filter. And then this is the oil we use. It's a 10W40 4-cycle engine oil. This is what they sell me at my dealer, and I always use the oil from the dealer. And I mention it does take 2 quarts of oil. So when you change the oil filter and the oil, it does take 2 quarts of oil, guys. So remember that. Never had an issue with the battery with this one yet. Anything else I can think of? I don't know of anything. Oh, if you want to release the hydraulics on this so you can push it free, you just take these and you push them forward like that, and it'll release your hydraulics. Here's where you refill your oil right here. That's pretty basic and simple. Sorry, it's dirty under here. I didn't really wash underneath the deck. I gotta do that. But to change the blades, you back these bolts out. It's not a top-down system where you have to drop the blades. You just back these bolts out here, take the blades off, and then bolt them back up into the spindle. So that's fairly simple to do the blades. What else about it that I really like? If you guys have hilly yards, anything steep, this is a bonus versus a stander. I know there is some standers like the Ferris 61 we have, the Z3X, that can take some pretty good hills, but this, you can go a lot more places that you can't with normal mowers. So if you guys live in areas that are a little more difficult and you gotta get on a little more difficult terrain, this is a lot safer than the other mowers, than your sit-down mowers. What else did I like about it? It cuts really nice, stripes nice, stripes even better if you put a striping kit on it, which we had on it at one point. I don't think I do. I'm gonna put one on for this year though, for this season. It cuts decent in wet, long grass. I mean, any mower is gonna clump in long, wet grass. I mean, these are finishing mowers. You shouldn't be cutting more than a third off the grass anyway. But it'll get through some pretty good stuff. It is a Ferris, so I think I named it all. You do have to grease everything. Like I said, I showed you all the grease fittings. I grease the bearings once a week. I try to. As far as like these little side ones that aren't on moving parts, I grease them probably every couple of weeks to a month. We do wash them often, the mowers, even when we get busy. Oil changes. I change the oil every 50 hours. At least try to, between 50, 75. Sometimes I've gone a little higher. I never let it go over 100. And when we change the oil, I drain the oil, run a little bit of oil through it, clean oil, drain it again, and then I put the new oil in. I think I got everything answered. I think I got everything I could about the mower. If anybody else uses this mower, the FW35 walk behind with the 48-inch deck, if I forgot anything, just mention it in the video. Anybody else uses this, tell me your thoughts on what you think about the Ferris mower, the FW35. And hopefully she runs good for another 750 hours. I say miles. Hopefully, we'll see. I haven't had any problems yet. Let's knock on wood, guys, because you know how that goes. So I think that's everything. Well, guys, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And any questions about it, just ask me. I don't know what the forward speed is. I think it's 7 miles an hour, and reverse is like 3 or 4. And the best Velke I found was the right one. I don't know what it's called. If I remember, I'll tell you in another video. Sorry. But okay, I'm gonna end the video now. You guys have a good night.